Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. This is it. This is the big one. Manchester United travelling to Molineux to face Wolves in the Premier League. It doesn't get tastier than that. Joe Smithy's with me. Joe, I tell you what, nothing fills me with Christmas cheer than taking my lad down to Old Trafford. Yeah. Putting his coat on, his hat, his scarf and all that.
Why were you putting his coat on?
What?
That'd be a bit small for you, wouldn't it?
He wears a baggy one.
Oh, does he?
Going down there and watching Bournemouth batter us. It's a Christmas tradition that I love.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is nice.
It's the cherries on top.
Superb.
At Old Trafford.
United are terrible. We're in a pretty bad run.
Yeah.
I think, is it 4 losses in the league out of 5?
Something like that. It's also...
Or is it 3 out of 4?
3 out of 4. It's
3 out of 4, sorry. Forgive me. 3 losses out of 4 in the league.
Only 2 wins in Amorim's first 6 league games, which is not fun, not ideal.
It's
shit. It's terrible.
Disconcerting. And you can say that it is shit, terrible, without blaming the manager or pointing a finger at him, just saying he's inherited a slightly underwhelming bunch of players and they're not performing at the levels they can do.
Yeah. Stretford Paddock did a tweet the other day, and I wasn't here for the game because I was driving back from...
No, we don't want your life story.
And they did a tweet about 50, 60 minutes in, something like, what can we do to turn this around? And the first thing that popped into my head was sack Ten Hag, because it's literally the exact same. Like, I know that we play differently, it's 3 at the back, but like, all of the things that were wrong then persist now.
Yeah.
Like not last season. Look at this season. We'd like halved the number of shots we concede per game. Yeah. It was down to about 10 a game, which is what it is now. We were out creating the opposition, which we do now. We were missing loads of chances, and every time the opposition had a chance, they scored, which is what's happening now. Yeah. And not to say that everything's completely the same and that Amorim's no better or we're not going to move in the right direction. All of it. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't amount to any difference. The results are still as bad as they were. The chances created versus chances conceded are the same as they were. It's basically the same as it was, but now there's a different manager there, and that has to be the players. It has to be the players. What else explains it? Do you think... I don't know, we're making good chances. We're limiting our opposition every single week. They're getting 10 shots, 4 on target, 5 on target, and they're scoring 3 and 4 goals with them. What can you do about that? I don't even understand it.
I don't understand. I mean, it's been the same old story this season throughout. It's just not scoring enough goals as well. Am I right in thinking we've scored as many goals or the same amount of goals as Leicester City, or am I reading that wrong?
We've scored 6 goals fewer than Wolves, who are about to play. And they're in the relegation.
It's completely unacceptable. It's just not good enough. And like you said, we are creating chances. The manager is trying to do his best. Yeah. We've got some players that are stepping up and looking good, but we've got far too many players who just aren't converting chances, who are doing what are basically glorified pass backs when they're shooting. And it's just unacceptable. And the sad thing is as well, we've spent about 300 million quid on this attack. Yeah. We've spent loads of money on it, and it's not very good. Now, I'm not saying 1 or 2 players won't get better. You look at someone like, for example, Rasmus Højlund. I still think there's a player there. Yeah. But you're looking at it overall and you're going, how many of our attackers get into not even the top teams, just other Premier League teams? Yeah. Not many. I think you have to go to sort of the bottom of the table, and even then you're probably going, oh, well, would they take Xerxes or whatever? Maybe not. So it isn't good enough.
I mean, Cunha from Wolves would start for us every 100%.
Week. We've been linked with him for a reason.
He would start for us. You look at the teams around us, like Tottenham, who they've scored the most goals in the league this season. Yeah. Solanke, Son and Kulusevski would all start for us every week.
Walk into our team.
I know they're probably a bad example because they are very good in attack, but even Brentford and Mbeumo would start for Man United every single week.
Definitely would as well, I think.
I agree. Newcastle, Isaac starts every single week for us. I think probably on current form, Gordon starts for us as well. Even Harvey Barnes probably starts for United at the minute.
Jesus Christ.
It's so poor, our goal scoring going forward. And not just the scoring, but the decision making as well is laughable. I was watching the Liverpool-Tottenham game the other day, and whenever Liverpool won the ball back high up the pitch, much like United did, we won the ball back a lot against Tottenham, we did it against City, and we did it against Bournemouth. Their passing and their running off the ball is phenomenal. And they get the ball in behind, they square it across the box, and 2 or 3 times it was either nodding it in or tapping at the back post. United will get the ball and not pass it, and then we'll have a shot from 25 yards that will be straight at the goalkeeper, or we'll pass it and we'll overhit it. we get these good opportunities built by Amorim, who we might as well get onto him. He will build and teach them how to do these sort of tactical plays and how to sort of structure themselves. But then when they get in those areas, the pass is bad or the shot is bad. He can't put the ball in the back of the net himself.
Honestly, I think there's a real lack of belief as well in the final third. I'm watching, just like you said, some of the shots. I think people are shooting, right, genuinely, knowing that they're not going to score, they just want to hit the target.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of them shots and I'm saying, there's no way on God's earth, when you hit that, you thought that was going to go in the back of the net.
No.
You just didn't. You're hitting it straight at the keeper with a relatively tame side foot.
Yeah.
You just want to hit the target.
Or the sort of leaning back and swinging a leg through it from 20 yards out.
Yeah, and it's like, just let's have a shot, and then I can, I've got a shot off.
Yeah.
Like, I've done my job. No, your job is to score goals, and you ain't doing that. And I don't like bashing players. I don't like having a dig at them, sorry. But, Freudian slip there.
If you want to have a dick at him, that's up to you.
Bashing and dick. Oh, hello.
It's Christmas after all.
Exactly. But it ain't been good enough. Let's just move on to predicted 11s.
Okay.
We'll start with you, Joseph. Talk me through your team.
Yeah, I'm hopeful De Ligt's back. I mean, Onana just starts, doesn't he? I think if Bayindir had any hope of being the United keeper after Onana's mistakes, that left the building after the Tottenham game. De Ligt, Maguire and Martinez. I think that's a good, strong lineup, especially away from home where the opposition might have a little bit more in terms of the ball. And also, we need De Ligt's aerial ability and Maguire's aerial ability. We're so bad from set pieces. I like Mazraoui, but he's probably had his worst 2 games for United against Tottenham and Bournemouth.
Yeah, but
for the
Spurs,
first time,
I was a little bit more sympathetic, and I was a little bit pushed back on it a little bit. I don't think he was as bad, but you're right. If you look
and
at
also, that's a testament to how good he has
you're right,
been.
You're right. I'm not.
He dipped below his average 8.5
against Bournemouth. He wasn't good.
No, he wasn't. But and I think his height is an issue as well from set pieces. Not that he's been caught, but we need more players in the box who can win headers.
Well, we need to stop conceding corners that feel like penalties.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. United have conceded 17 goals from set pieces this year.
I thought it was a bad start. That feels moving.
Not including penalties. It's the most we've ever conceded in a calendar year in the Premier League era. So it's not like, it's a bit bad. It's literally the worst we've been in 30 years. So, there you go. Historic. And maybe more than 30 years. That's just Premier League stats. So I think we need Maguire and De Ligt. I'm hopeful De Ligt is fit. Ugarte has to start in the middle for me. I think he's been our best player since Amorim arrived.
I agree.
And Mainu alongside him as well. I thought is obviously this happens with everyone. We saw it coming. A few people are starting to have a bit of a go at him, but
they can fuck off.
Yeah, they can. And also it's this thing of like same. Let's use Mazraoui as the example. You're allowed to have a bit of a bad spell without being written off. Like, you can have bad form or even a bad season without being the worst player in the world.
It's just ridiculous. It's that whole thing as well, right? Let's have it right. People want to start gunning for Mancunian Academy graduates because it's that whole myth that, he's only in the team because he's from Manchester. Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. If he's from Stockport, you get in the team.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a rule we have at United. Yeah. All you need is an or an SK postcode, and you automatically get to play for Manchester United when you're 18 years old. Yeah. It's nonsensical.
It's like national service.
Yeah,
you get played for Man
Kobbie
United.
Mainu is fucking mint, and anyone who thinks otherwise is a dickhead.
Yeah, I've gone with Ahmad at wing back, not because I don't like him as a number 10, but Dalot just has to have a rest. It's getting ridiculous. Mazraoui on the other side, and then I've gone with Bruno and Garnacho in behind Højlund, just to rotate. Again, if I'm moving Ahmad out, it's more to get Dalot off the pitch.
We can't have 2 Ahmads in it, one at right wing back and one in the 10.
Yeah, but there you go. There's my team. I think again, Xerxes was so poor the other day. Just
bloody hell.
And as was Garnacho, I'm not trying to single anyone out, but someone's got to play.
Yeah, it's like who's the least bad.
Yeah.
I think is the sort of theory behind that, and I agree completely with everything you've said. My team's only slightly different. We don't know the full injury updates yet. We're recording this before we've had him, so we're taking a little bit of a punt. I thought Lenioro did okay when he came on against Bournemouth. Yeah. I think Maguire's done okay this season. Martinez has been very patchy. He's a bit of a concern, but I still think he'll keep his place. Yeah. I've got Dalot and I think I've got Mazraoui as my wing backs. He doesn't play Mazraoui as a wing back all the time, but I'm hoping he does this time.
Yep.
Dalot has been poor this season. I'm sorry, I like Diogo Dalot, but he's not having a good campaign at all, and it is troubling. But he still gets picked, so I expect him to. I think Casemiro might come in. He does like to rotate a little bit, doesn't he? So I think Mainu might drop out, even though I agree with everything you've said about Kobbie Mainu, and the stick he's been getting is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ahmad and Bruno in the 10. Rasmus Højlund. up front, he's a better option than Xerxes to me, and also Marcus Rashford isn't an option. So I think I expect him to lead the line. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think about your predicted 11. Don't forget as well, get your phone out, film yourself in landscape, and send it to paddockmatchday@gmail.com. A 30-second score prediction. That's what you're sending us. Send us that. And also, don't forget, if you've not joined our members section this year so far, if you join now, you can still join our 12 days of Paddock.
12 days of Paddock giveaway. 12 days, 12 gifts for our members only. If you want to join, you'll be entered for all of the gifts. They're randomly drawn for our members, so you can win anything up to a lovely PlayStation 5 on the final day. So if you join now, if you join at any point during the 12 days, you're automatically entered for the remaining days. So join the membership and be eligible to win all 12 of those prizes. Jay, Wolves, here's what we've got to say about Wolves. They're on a bit of a new manager bounce, or no manager bounce as it is. They're bad. They're a bad team.
Wolves are poor. They sacked Gary O'Neill for a reason. It wasn't because he was doing really well.
No. They've got players that have had as well staff on the pitch.
The head loss of all head losses under Gary O'Neill, where they were literally fighting the opposition at the end of the game and trying to batter anyone that came near them, which apparently isn't allowed. So I understand why he lost his job. But like you said, I think they won the last game. Yeah. Great, just in time to get their act together for Manchester United. You mentioned Cunha earlier.
Yeah, he's a good player.
A good player. United have been linked with him.
We got Nori on the left-hand side as well, who people are keen on. He's a good attacking
you can't ignore
fullback.
The threats they offer. You can't ignore the fact that United are shambolic.
And they've scored more goals than us this season.
There you go. That's all you need to know about them. With all that being said, then give your score prediction.
I think we're going to win. I think the look will change. I think we'll probably have a similar sort of stat line, chances created as we've had for the last few games, which tends to be United making about 2 XG, scoring 0 goals, and the opposition making 1 and scoring 3 or 4. But I think it will right itself in this one. Not by a convincing amount, but I think United will win. I'm going to go 2-1 because we always concede. What do you think?
I think we're in trouble.
Yeah.
I do. And don't start getting giddy, right? I'd back Ruben Amorim. He's the right man for the job, and I'd happily change the entire squad and keep the manager right now, to be honest with you, rather than the other way around. But I do think, like he said, we are going to have to suffer short term, and I think we're in the suffering right now. And I think this is going to be more suffering. I know Wolves are 18th. I know they're poor, but so are Manchester United. United are poor as well. Yeah. And I think this might be another bad day at the office for the team. So I'm going to go with a Wolves 2-0 win. I know, and I don't want that. Obviously, I want us to win. I just don't think we will. I think we'll lose.
Fair enough.
And I hope I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. It'll happen again.
But also, to predict United to lose at the minute, you don't have to defend it too much. No, we're awful and we lose most of the time. Yeah. So don't feel bad that you think the team that loses a lot is going to lose again.
No, that's
why wouldn't that happen?
Fair enough. Well said. Big thank you to everyone this year. Yeah. We are going to be back for the watch along. You've got Andy Tate's Christmas Day message on
We're
Christmas
here for the watch along, aren't we?
We're here for the watch along.
Come on.
Yes,
there's a few of us on that.
I think there's a few of us, who are joining on that. I think Andy's coming in and a few others as well.
I think Nathan Ellington's here as well.
Oh, mate, it's all happening. So make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. Have a good Christmas. That's been Joe Smith. Go and check him out, Sloppy Joes. You know where to find me. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.